beyond conferences to what we're seeing outside of it, and young people have been galvanized to do more. There are climate protests happening all over the world. Do you think that there will be a more, concerted push for climate action now that there are young people also being involved in this discourse?
It is good news that youth is becoming more involved, because we need to, how to say that? Because it's good to have everybody around the table, and youth doesn't, I would say, youth doesn't care of what the political decisions are. Youth oblige us to take decisions quicker. So I am
You're hopeful that
hopeful,
things will change.
yeah.
Okay. Well, Ambassador, now, the menace of this century, of course, has been plastic. Do you think that we can find a long-term solution to an alternative to plastic? We know that we're talking about it, but do you think that it's somewhere around the horizon?
I think there are always solutions. There's always solution. I think the lasting solution, sustainable solution, it's green economy. It's costly. It's going to cost a lot. It's going to take a time, but this is the real solution. We have no other option. First of all, we have no other option. We have to tackle the climate change implication by working all together. And then it has to be a political decision to tackle this problem. And then I think technology is there, the money is there, so we can use them. Those who has the money, has the technology, can do a lot for tackling the climate change. I think there is a solution. So we have solution for everything, and then most of the thing. And as I said, I repeat, the lasting solution would be green economy. And I think India has done well pushing, to reduce the warming. And I think India and some other countries such Tunisia, such Argentina, such Brazil, they can push and push and push until there is a pressure on the government, and then they will take a decision to tackle this problem.
Right. I do want to talk country-specific here also, and maybe, Ambassador, I can start with you. Now, Tajikistan, of course, is a glacial center of Central Asia, as many call it. But the country has been losing 20 billion cubic meters of ice. How is your government planning to resolve this?
Tajikistan is a home of 14,000 glaciers, basically was, because for the last 3 decades we lost already thousands of small glaciers. And because of climate change impact, we are witnessing today that the glaciers are melting, and it brought to the increasing of different hydrometeorological phenomena like the floods and mud flows and etc. And the government of Tajikistan addressing this challenge by different types. Of course, one of the greatest projects maybe in this side, it's a construction of the hydropower plant with a dam, which could address at once a number of challenges. Having the hydropower plant, we are able basically to produce good, clean, environmentally friendly energy. And also it will be more higher than our demand, so we will be able to export to other countries. Our neighbor countries, which use basically now the fuel resources to produce energy, thus we will be able to reduce the emission of CO2 to the atmosphere. The third, and the management of water resources, because the water sector is one of the most affected sector by climate change. And because of the hydrological shift is happening, so the reservoirs could be constructed for hydropower plants, so it will provide us an opportunity also to manage water resources duly, and also to reduce the impact of or risk of the floods and the mud flows. And currently we are implementing the very big project in Tajikistan with around 5 billion USD. It's a Rogun project. Right. So it is one of the options to tackle this change in Tajikistan and also help the other countries of the region, because 60% of water resources of Tajikistan is flowing to other neighbor countries, and they are suffering also from this kind of
Right.
happenings like droughts and floods. So having this kind of volume, we will be able to manage water resources duly,
Sure.
not only for the interests of my country, but also downstream countries.
Right.
Thank you.
Now, Tunisia, of course, has an extensive coastline that affects your economy, your tourism, your fishing, and that's certainly being affected in many ways as well.
Yes, in fact, yes, the whole region of Mediterranean, especially Tunisia, the sea level is getting higher and higher, and so we are really, and as he said, I think we have problem of water resource. That's the direct impact of climate change, about the warming of the global warming. I think in Tunisia, we are aware of the importance of climate change. That's why we embedded in the constitution. The new constitution adopted in 2014 embedded an article about the protection of environment and with regard to climate change. So we have our own approach, and then we are signatory of, we are a member of the COP, we are a member of many conventions, but as I said, it's not enough. You need two hands to clap.
Forward.
Yeah, I think it's a step forward.
Yeah, sure.